Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this simple, beautiful V neckline with front pocket and side rope. If this is something you're interested to learn, you want to keep on watching and let's get started. I've already folded my fabric into two. I have double of it laying on my table as you can see. I want to cut both the front and back piece together. So what I did was to mark a straight line. This will serve as my shoulder line. From the center front, I mark half of my client's shoulder measurement and 3.5 inch for the neck width. From the shoulder measurement, I marked 11.5 inch, which will serve as the sleeve and the folding allowance. I came down again by 1 inch for shoulder slope, and from the neck width, I'll connect to the shoulder slope in a slant line using my ruler. Next thing I did again was to mark 2 inch. This will serve as the neck depth of my back piece. Okay, so I will connect the both neckline together like so, and I'll determine the depth I want for the armhole. So I marked 10 inch from the shoulder slope. I came down by 10 inch. It will serve as my armhole line, and again to also serve as the bust line. From the shoulder, I came down by 18 inch. This is my client waistline. Still leaving my tape there, I came down again by 26 inch. This will serve as my client's hip line. The next thing I did again was to determine the length I want for the gown. What I marked was 43 inch because it has a drawstring on both sides. So I marked 43 inch, and I'll measure the excess I had at the down part. I'll use it to make a straight line. Then I will cut it out. So after cutting, guys, the next thing I want to do now is to take the body measurement. From the center front, I'll mark quarter of my client's hip measurement. Then I will include 4 inch for ease allowance and for stitching allowance, and it depends on how free you want it to be. You repeat the same thing at the waistline. Mark your client quarter of hip measurement on the bust line and waistline. I went out again by 1 inch at the bust line. Then I'll make the armhole curve like so. You connect just this way. I'll use my stretch ruler to make a straight line here. Okay, so I'll have it straight. The next thing I did was to measure what I had there in total. It was 15 inch. I'll use it to make a straight line to meet the down part. So I marked the 15 inch at the hip line, and I'll mark it straight down. Okay, just like this, and after that I will cut it out. So you only need the hip measurement, the length and the shoulder, and again the sleeve length. That is the only measurement you will need if you're making this dress. So for the neckline, I cut both front and back together. I removed the back piece and I want to cut the neckline for the front. Removing 2 inch for the neck depth, I marked 7 inch. Okay, I came down by 7 inch for the front neck depth. Then I had to connect a V neckline like so using my ruler. Then I'll cut it out. Okay, after cutting, I'll cut the facing for the back and front piece. I've already placed another fabric. You can see it on a fold. So I trace the neckline, then I will curve the hem part just like this. This is the facing for the front. After cutting facing for the front, I'll cut the facing for the back. It's the same thing I did. Just fold your fabric into two, then trace the neckline and also the down part and cut it out. You can see the curve I made there. Do the same thing, then you cut it out just like this. Okay, this is for the back facing. So you place it right side facing each other. You stitch with 1/2 inch around the neckline and also fold the hair part of your facing. For the front dress or for the front piece, just place your facing right side facing each other and stitch. Okay, when stitching, ensure the V is well pronounced. Okay, so you can use your chalk to just do it like you see me doing here and stitch through the direction of the chalk. Fold the hem part of the facing. Don't forget to notch. So after stitching, you can see what I have here. I first of all iron the facing. Now I will insert my hemming gum to help hold the facing and keep it in place. Okay, so you insert your hemming gum just like you see me doing here. Just place it underneath, place underneath of the facing or under the facing. Just place like so and make sure you iron very well. So after ironing the back facing, I'll do the same thing for the front. So you first of all, make it relax first by using your hot iron on it. Then after that, you can now place your hemming gum underneath, just like you see me do here, and give it a very nice press. This will help hold the facing and keep it together with the paste you get. So just do like I did and iron very well. So guys, after ironing, this was what I had. This is what the wrong side looks like, and this is the front side. Okay, you can see how it looks here at the front side of the dress. So the next thing I want to do is to take the length where I want the pocket to start from. So from the shoulder, I came down by 20 inch. This is 2 inch below her waistline. Remember, I said her waistline was 18, so I added extra 2 inch and I came down by 20. So I marked 20. That is where the pocket will start from. From the center front, I came in by 2.5 inch, and also I went in on the other side by 2.5 inch as well. That is distance where the pocket will start from as well. Okay, so I'll just use it to make a straight line. Do you get? If you don't understand what I'm saying, watch what I'm doing. For the pocket length, I will mark 8 inch for the pocket length. So this 8 inch is where the pocket would stop. Do you get? So go ahead and do yours just like you see me did here. Okay, so to cut your pockets, I have two fabric here on a fold, so I had to iron first. After ironing, I now have a straight piece, so I'll fold into two and iron again. After ironing now, the next thing I want to do is to make a straight line here. You can see it's rough, so I made a straight line here, and I also came down by 9 inch. I added the stitching allowance and folding allowance of the hem part. For the pocket width, I marked 4.5 inch. Remember, is on a fold. So I went ahead to cut the excess. So after cutting, you can see what I have here. Next thing I want to do now is to fold the upper part of the pocket just like this, and I'll go ahead and stitch. Have done that, I'm done stitching. Next thing I did was to fold in half inch, then I'll iron the side. I'll fold the other side with half an inch, then I'll iron as well. I'll also fold the hem part using half inch. I'll iron as well. Okay, I'll repeat the same thing on the other pocket so that when placing the pocket, it will be very easy for me to place and also sew. You get? So go ahead and do this thing that you see me doing here. So after ironing, you can see how neat this look, and you can see they're very equal. No one is bigger than each other. So that's why I merged them together. So you go ahead now to place it on the chalk, then hold with your pin and also stitch. Make a top stitch on both side and on the hem part. Okay, so after stitching guys, our pocket is ready. As you can see, the next thing I did was to place the back piece right side facing each other, just like you see me doing here. And I'll use one side of the facing to stitch the shoulder. I use the back facing to stitch the shoulder, and again I'll fold the sleeve and also shape the both side using 1 inch. Okay, so I've gone ahead to shape the both side, have folded the sleeve, have stitched the shoulder, as you can see. So before you stitch the both side, first run a stitch at the hem part, like fold your hem part before stitching the both side. Okay, and I also created a space where I'll be attaching my loops, or where my loops will pass by. So you just fold it in like so on both sides, just like this. Make a top stitch. All right, so this is the rope I've already sewed. So what I did now was to cut into two. I have a very long rope, so I had to cut into two to give me 4 pieces. Two will be on one side and two will be on the other side. Okay, so I'll use my safety pin to pass one of the rope inside of the channel or space I created or left. You get? Just understand it anyhow. So go ahead and pass your rope just like you see me doing here. After doing this, you do the same thing on the other side. Then after that, you go ahead and stitch. Okay, so when you when you draw it like this, when you draw the rope, it will have something looking like this. Okay, this is how beautiful it will come out to look like. All right, so go ahead and stitch the rope so it doesn't pull out. You get. So when stitching, you place it like so on your sewing machine and make a stitch. Can you see? So guys, I've gone ahead to do that. Have stitched the rope as you can see. So it's not gonna pull out. So I'll just go ahead and tie like so. Just draw your rope, then you tie it like so, and you have it looking very beautiful, just like this. Okay, so this was the outcome after ironing all of the dress. You can see what I have here. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If this video was helpful, kindly hit on the subscribe button. My name is Taiba Kosi, just in case of first time coming across my video. Thank you so much and bye.